Welcome back to the Segment 26 podcast. If this is your first time tuning in, we suggest that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you are a returning viewer, we appreciate it. Hit that like button. The new subscribers do that as well. Either way, 10.
Okay,
But
welcome to episode 10.
I
guess.
Matter of fact, that's what it's going to be. This is episode 10, ...
I guess.
That's what it is. Either way, welcome back.
Yes, sir.
It's been a minute, but we got life going on, school, jobs, kids, families, stuff like that. But,
wife.
Yep. But we're getting back into a rhythm. We're gonna be more consistent. Just be roll tide.
Roll Tide. Subscribe now, man. Join the
Right.
team early.
Early.
We start selling merch. We want y'all to be a part of the crew.
For sure.
So get on board.
Better. I'm telling you. Once we take off, it's done.
Yeah.
So we'll start off with the spring game.
Man.
What you think, man?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I don't even want to prolong what the spring game was, specifically what we was watching for. It was quarterbacks.
Yep.
I don't want you to go first. Because I got to get my thoughts together.
Okay.
What did you think? Oh, let me ask the question. Let's take it quarterback by quarterback. Specifically, Ty Simpson and Jalen Milroe.
Okay, we'll start.
What did you think of Ty Simpson?
Ty
first?
Simpson.
Be honest. Don't just talk.
All right. I thought his first couple drives, I thought he was too tight, and of course he's trying to do the right thing, but once he started playing and got loose, you can see his athleticism. Of course, he can spin the ball, but of course he's a sophomore. So
Sophomore, they redshirt freshman.
okay, but he doesn't have any experience, so of course he's gonna make mistakes. I expect that, but I mean, for this is to be his debut, I think he did all right. But now, if you compare him to previous quarterbacks, first-time quarterbacks at Alabama, I would say his performance was subpar. Like not bad, but I mean, it was no. I mean, Jalen Hurts had a better. His spring game was better than that. Of course, Tua, Bryce last year, Matt. So, but I think it's gonna take him getting experience, getting comfortable, and hopefully he does. But I'm not trying to jump the gun. I just don't want him to transfer. I want him to stay. I really do. Hopefully, and if not for him staying to, possibly become the starter, but if it don't work out, stay and just gain the experience and just, I mean, you committed and you have an obligation. I don't want to say an obligation to the university. Just keep it. As far as the spring game, I think he had he did all right.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to say what I believe is a good job because we don't have a lot of film on Ty Simpson. He didn't get that many starts in the regular season last year. He didn't even play at all. Not that I can remember last year.
No. If he did play, I think it was we may had to have been up by a lot.
Yeah. So here's what I like about Ty, what I thought about his play. I thought he throws the ball really well. He has a lot of zip on the ball. What I find hard to kind of assess is his just quarterback IQ. We haven't seen him against a defense that's gonna throw something at him and he make the right read, or he's going through his progressions, making sure that he's finding the person that's open to make the big play. Tua was really good at that. Tua was, for whatever reason, he always found the right person to throw to, and it was always the right. Always seemed like the right read, and the person was always open. I always think about there was a play against Tennessee. I think it was the 2017 season where Tua hit Jalen Waddle like perfectly in stride.
Oh yeah. Oh
in
yeah.
the first quarter.
Yep.
And it was
Across
like,
the,
that was,
yeah.
yeah. Now that was a combination of, was Sark the OC? With
Yeah.
Tua?
Was he?
I don't remember.
I
But
think so.
whoever it was, like the way they, I don't know if it was a combination of offensive coordinator scheming the plays and Tua's ability to make the play, but it was just a perfect marriage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Ty Simpson and Tommy Reese is going to be a good marriage of quarterback to on-field play execution. So, in the spring game, and I don't even know if that was the offense that Tommy Reese is going to run.
Yeah.
From what they were saying in the broadcast, they were saying that they just wanted to see people vie for a position.
Mm-hmm.
Do what you know in this formation and this offensive set that we have, and see who's the better player to make the lead us.
Yeah.
So the takeaways I took from Ty Simpson was he can throw the football. He's accurate with the football.
Yeah.
I cannot say that I've seen enough game tape on him to,
Agreed.
be the guy for Alabama.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
And like you said, other quarterbacks in the past, spring game have performed really well.
Mm-hmm.
And Bryce, Matt, all those guys. The hard part with spring game this year, we're going to get into Jalen Milroe, is that this is more than if somebody already has the position. This is, okay, these guys are competing with each other because there's no set in stone. This is our quarterback. So that could have been, he could have been nervous. Both of them could have been nervous. They could have been questioning themselves or whatever like that. So it's kind of hard to say, man, Ty did, this, that, and third. It's just, it is what it is. He was okay. He wasn't bad.
Yeah.
If you're saying Ty Simpson was bad, you're wrong.
Yeah.
He was not bad at all. So, and my fear is that, what if he transfers and goes to the portal and just dominates wherever he's at? I don't want that to happen.
I don't want it. I don't either.
Yeah.
But, I mean, hopefully it was just like nerves, or maybe from the time the spring game ended until they pick up summer workouts, or when next time the team is together, I guess, or matter of fact, we'll just jump to the fall. Maybe in that time he makes a jump, or he figures it out and he comes back and he's a totally different quarterback.
Yeah.
But who knows?
And some people say that, what's his name? Greg McElroy said the jump you can make between spring and fall, you can make a tremendous jump if you work hard. But I think that also takes having the confidence of the coach and the coaching staff.
Yep.
Like, if y'all saying we still in competition, that means either you don't believe in my ability to get the job done, or you don't think we're good. Neither one is good enough. And we'll get into Buckner later from Notre Dame, because why would you bring him in if you were sold on these two guys? When we have two legit freshman quarterback that we brought in for the 23 cycle, I think the 24 cycle was like that. Like, why would you? You know what I mean?
I think there's something to that, possibly. But I mean, we'll get into that once we start talking about him.
Yeah.
Now, as far as Jalen goes for the spring game, I thought he started off just trying to be just too much. He wasn't himself, like, to begin. I don't think so in the beginning. Just because, I mean, it's like what they go 3 and out, but I don't think he has no, I don't want to say that.
Say it, man.
Damn, I guess my IQ compared to him, his football IQ, he's going to be higher than mine. But either way, I don't know what it is, man, with Jalen. He has spurts. He has times where you be like, damn, like, okay, if we can be consistent, then there's no question. But then you have times where it's like, come on, man. Like, especially when your money down, when we need, but he proved that last year. And it's like, I don't know what it's gonna take for him to become a consistent passer, instead of trying to depend on his feet all the time. And I'm not a quarterback. I don't claim to be a quarterback, but I mean, the coaching staff knows your strengths and your weaknesses, and I'm sure it's set up for you. If your first read isn't there, you got your the running back's out in the flat somewhere, or you can dump it off to somebody to get you out of trouble. But either it's not happening that way, or it's maybe he just doesn't understand how to read or how to go through his reads, or I just don't know, because dude's athletic as a mug. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he can run. He has an arm. It's just not accurate. And I don't understand. You can't type in his brain, be accurate, and it work. Is he not throwing enough? Is he not? I don't know, man. But spring game is just. I mean, he had an all right spring game. I mean, he had 2 touchdowns, but he had an interception. Well, both of them had interceptions, but him compared to Ty, like you said, Ty is the more accurate. The dude can put the ball where it needs to be when it needs to be there.
And he's mobile. He can run.
Yep. And like I said, he just don't have the experience. If Jalen could just hopefully he takes advantage of this time. Like maybe he doesn't have a quarterback coach, or I don't know. I don't know what it could be. Maybe it's something in his mind. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe like they should just do him like we talked about last year. Put him as a what's that quarterback for the Saints? What's his name?
Taysom Hill.
Yeah. Like a guy like that. Not having him become the starter like that, but when you bring him in, they don't know if he's gonna run the ball or throw the ball.
Yeah.
But either way, man. I mean, he was all right, but I don't know. I don't have full faith in Jalen to be like, you know what, he's number one.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of Jalen.
I know that.
I like him. When I see his interviews and I hear him talk, I like him as a person.
Yes.
He seems like a
Seems like a great guy.
a great guy. You know, a nice young man. But he is not. When I watch how he looked in the spring game, and then I recall how he looked during the Arkansas game or the Texas A&M games. Horrible.
Yep.
And I honestly, I didn't see a big enough jump from then to spring game last week.
It's
where I can say,
same product.
It's the same product. He looks like a quarterback that is, again, his IQ, like Jared said, is much higher than ours. But like he's processing stuff a little bit slower.
Yes. Yep.
He's, even though you want him to be a pocket passer, it's like he still run first. That his feet move faster than his mind.
Mm-hmm.
And so because of that, when the littlest amount of pressure comes towards him, his first instinct is run.
Yep.
It's not throw the football, find an open man. So I don't know if he has that pocket awareness that I like for quarterbacks to have. And then if something happened in a game where a 2-minute drill is on the line, I don't trust him doing a 2-minute drive. I don't think he's accurate enough. I don't think he has the ability to make the right read. I think he relies on the defender, him making the defender miss more than making the play, throwing the ball, or getting to the open man.
He proved that last year. That's he did. I think he did that in the spring game. Like he taking big sacks.
One of his touchdowns was like that.
It's like,
and he had multiple sacks.
Yeah.
But spring game you can't,
Yeah.
call it whatever. And so, listen, I think the best bet for Jalen Milroe would be for him to either transfer or have a position change. Because think of it this way: if you put Jalen on, let's say Tennessee's football team, or if you put Jalen on Florida's football team, and we played, let's say Florida, Alabama played Florida, Jalen Milroe was the quarterback. We got Ty Simpson as our quarterback. I'm pretty sure our defense is licking their chops to get after Jalen Milroe because they know he ain't gonna be making throws like that. All we gotta do is protect the edge and
keep that in the pocket.
Keep him in the pocket and try to make him be the thrower, and he ain't gonna do that.
And that's what That's what Texas A&M did.
Yeah, that's what they did.
And
And so when you do that, it's like, matter of fact, they were loading the box. So they was like, either he ain't gonna throw it, we just gonna. That's embarrassing, really, because that's saying we dare you to be a throwing football,
Exactly.
and you can't.
And what's crazy is that's what Nick Saban used to do. That's what it was like. We dare you.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you supposed to be this big time. You're not gonna run on us. You have to beat us with your arm.
Yeah.
But we can't.
Yeah.
I just don't. Man.
Yeah.
It's mind-boggling.
Yeah. So Jalen, you know, I think he's a great person, a great addition to the team as an athlete. But I don't think he should be the quarterback at Alabama at all.
Agreed.
At all. I would prefer to have, and I'm not saying Ty Simpson is this great quarterback, but I'd much rather have Ty Simpson. I trust Ty Simpson's arm more than I trust Jalen Milroe's arm.
Yep.
And that's even with seeing Milroe start one game last year. That's just the facts.
I had high hopes after. I mean, and I know it's only one throw. That one throw that went viral on social media. He hit freaking what's his name in the corner end zone. Perfect. I mean, put it right on the money. I was excited.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh snap! He done went and done some work. And but
matter of fact, I was hoping he was tired. I was like, okay, there's a quarterback. And when I found out it was Jalen Milroe, I was like, God dog, man. I was upset.
Man.
So, yeah, that was an impressive throw, man.
Yeah,
everybody saw it. But again, as you get to football time, it's more than you gotta do more than that to win games, especially when you win a championship.
And not only that, you gotta be. Not only do you have to be accurate and be able to throw the ball, you have to be a leader. You have to be vocal, not really vocal, but you have to have that leader presence on the field.
That aura. Yeah.
Freaking Bryce had it.
Yeah.
I mean, when he was on the field, you knew he had command of the offense.
Even at 5'10", 5'11".
Exactly.
He was there.
And so did Matt, so did Tua, Jalen. And I don't see, and I don't see Jalen have that yet, and I don't see Ty. Ty doesn't. I just don't. He doesn't have the experience.
Yeah.
You know, but as he gets his reps, he'll gain that, and hopefully he'll gain the trust of the offensive line, and they ball out for him.
Yeah.
And I want the best for both.
100%. Yeah.
But at this point, based off of the resumes that have been put out by both of the quarterbacks, I'm leaning towards. I would have to if I was Coach Saban and they said, hey, the season starts tomorrow and you need to pick a quarterback, Ty Simpson would be my starter.
Yeah. But my thing is, I think the coaching staff will probably Saban because he gets the final call. My mind is telling me that he will probably lean more towards Jalen, and I don't know why.
Well, he's mentioned it, or he's not really said it, but I think previous players have said it. He'll go with he goes with experience, the experience first.
Yeah.
Pretty much what I think he does is he's going to give you the opportunity to lose the job, and I think that's what he did with not to go back to Jalen Hurts, but I think that's what he did when he took what's his name out the game when Jalen was a freshman when we played USC. Jalen fumbled the ball.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Forget his name. It was number 8. He was quarterback.
What's his freaking name? I know because I just saw an interview because he did an interview a couple months ago, maybe sometime last year, talking about what went wrong in his career.
Yeah, because he went to like 3 or 4 different schools.
Arizona, USL.
Damn, either way, but Jalen, his first series, he fumbled the ball, but they put him back in, and I think Nick, once they gained, trust in him, or they trusted him to run the offense, it was just, all right, we're going to give you the opportunity to lose the job. And that's what happened in the national championship.
Yeah.
That first half was like, bro.
Horrible.
And I don't want, because if Jalen Milroe is our quarterback, that's how we're going to be our demise.
Yeah.
Because in today's college football, you have to be able to throw the ball. If you can't throw the ball, you can't depend solely on the run anymore.
Yeah. and I want a balanced attack.
Yep.
And you can't be balanced. You can't have a balanced attack if you have a quarterback that's either you can't have a balanced attack if you're gonna hand off to the running back, or you know that quarterback is gonna run, or if you force him to make a read, and especially if he doesn't know how to read a complicated defense. So thoughts are, Jalen, for me, he should not be the quarterback.
Agreed.
At all.
Yeah. Right now.
Right now. That's not saying he's not a good athlete.
Yeah.
He just shouldn't be the quarterback.
And
No, go ahead.
And I don't want people to watch this and think that we bashing him or saying, this is based off of, this has nothing to do with Jalen Milroe as a person.
Yes.
This is based off of football. That's it. Football. What he's done during his time while he's been at Alabama. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah.
Just because we say we don't think he should be the starter, we're not saying that he can't play football. It's just right now at this moment. I mean, he doesn't have what is needed to be the starter at Alabama. Not right now.
And to the people that compare Jalen to Blake Sims had an arm.
Oh yeah.
He could throw the football.
And he was accurate too.
And he was accurate. On top of, he had Lane Kiffin calling plays.
Huh.
So that is a completely different thing than Jalen Milroe saying we want Jalen Milroe to be our quarterback to go win us, a championship, to lead the team. Because we've been so quarterback driven the past 5 or 6 or maybe 7 seasons. We don't forget what it's like not to have a So we want somebody who can win the game for us, who can lead the field, take charge, and make sure we're going out scoring 35 plus points a game. And, Blake had that corner. He had that circle around him, Lane Kiffin.
Oh, yeah.
Great QB coach, make sure he's right. So the comparison between, just stop it, because I've seen people try to make the comparison completely different. Yeah. On top of Blake Sims could run, too.
Oh, yeah. But, like we just said, Blake was accurate.
Very accurate,
He could, if you can turn on the tape and watch Blake, the dude, he hit freaking, when he played Auburn, his first 5, 6 passes were on the money, and I think 2 of those passes were touchdowns.
Yeah.
So, and there were 2 Amari Cooper in double coverage. So, you can't, there's no comparison.
None at all.
It's Jalen just, maybe he just needs more reps. Maybe he's not doing anything after he leaves the facility. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. He's not cutting mustard right now. That's just is what it is.
Yeah. Still staying on the quarterbacks, Bama went into the transfer portal and got Tyler Buckner.
Yeah.
I hope I'm saying that correctly. Tyler is, I didn't watch a lot of him at Notre Dame. I did not.
I didn't either.
I saw highlights of him on YouTube. The Ohio State game, I watched some of that. And then the South Carolina game, I think he played the whole game, the whole bowl game against South Carolina. He looked good. He looked really good. There was expectations of him last year being the starting quarterback. He was at one point, I guess he was recruited by Alabama, but he chose to go to Notre Dame.
He was a 5-star.
Yeah. So, what is the reason behind? Because there's stories out there saying why coach decided to put him or offer him a place at Alabama. What do you think is the reason behind bringing in? Because if you think that Ty or Jalen is the guy, why would you bring in a Buckner?
Honestly, I think it's to light the fire, and I say it because if you got Ty or Jalen, they at this point they have not secured the spot.
Yeah.
Nobody has securely said I'm gonna be the starter, and nobody's proven it yet or nothing.
Yeah.
2 other quarterbacks, 2 freshmen, I guess.
That whole Holligan?
I don't even know their names.
Number 12, no, he looked good.
It's just I don't think they're maybe they don't grasp the offense yet.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're ready.
Yeah, they're not ready because they came early to Bama.
Yeah.
They should still be in high school right now.
You're right. But with Buckner, I think that was to create a fire under Ty and Jalen.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of Ty, you know he's having surgery or something like that.
I saw it. Yeah.
For something about a finger or something.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I think the starter could possibly be Buckner. Because when he put his name in the transfer portal, I was like, oh wow.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't speak it, but I was like, I thought it. I was like, well, he probably didn't. Dang, now he has ties to Alabama. So I mean, if that were me, I would reach out to. And then you see a report like, dang, he's going to Alabama to visit. Then next thing I hear, he threw. So pretty much auditioning, and boom, he commits.
Yeah.
So I think that was and I'm sure Nick Saban said he'll have an opportunity for the starting position, and he's got something. He probably wants to prove to Notre Dame, like, y'all messed up,
and to himself.
Yeah.
The worst, when somebody has something to prove, it's hard to beat them.
Oh yeah.
Like if he's determined, if he said, okay, I'm gonna go to Bama, I know they got these guys trying to be quarterback, but I got a point to prove. I know Tommy Reese recruited me, but I got a point to prove. I got hurt last year. I thought I was gonna be the guy. No, I got something I'm trying to make happen. If he come in and is just playing lights out, I'm not opposed to him. Because you talk about experience, he has more experience than he's a junior, I think. He got more experience than Simpson and Milroe combined.
Yep.
I'm just saying, and he's used to playing in big games.
Yep.
So, if you're going off experience, and no one has separated themselves as the guy, I mean, why not?
Yep.
At that point.
But and then, like you said, if he comes in lights out, like he's just balling out. Hopefully, that is like a cattle prod to Jalen. Like, hey, I'm over here balling out. If you want this position, you need to ball out too. And hopefully, I just hope with Buckner being here, it's not discouraging to either quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But hold on. Let's
not thinking about their feelings or nothing.
But let's go back to what a post that, and you never should read too much into social media posts. But go back into what Ty Simpson said on Instagram. He said, "If I wasn't built for this, it would affect me," or something like that.
Oh.
He said that, and going in and being recruited. I remember watching an interview with him, and he said that even if he only started 1 year, he saw what Mac Jones did. So he knows that my time is gonna come at some point, and I'm gonna make the most of that time, and I'm gonna be elite. So, I mean, look at Mac. People think Mac Jones started 1 year.
Yep.
He played in the Iron Bowl, and then have the greatest game. You remember that year we lost the Iron Bowl, and I think
but he still balled out in that game though.
He balled out in that game, and I don't care. No, I remember people saying he had we lost the game, but he went that good. No, he was impressive. He had those 2 interceptions. One went for were they 2 pick sixes? One hit somebody in the helmet.
Yeah.
And then one I think was
a pick six.
Just a misread.
Yeah.
I think there were 2 pick sixes, but we should have won that game. But he was still accurate that whole game. The bowl game he came back was eating Michigan alive. First play of the game, Jerry Judy touchdown. And then he came back the following year. Talks of being a Heisman candidate.
Was a finalist.
A finalist. I mean, he was phenomenal. So you can be awesome, you can be great, and you can still make it to the league just off 1 year of play. It's about, are you committed to the university?
Yep.
Are you committed to taking it back to 06, 07, the process? Everything's not going to go your way.
Yep.
We made, in today's generation, we making ways to get out. Transfer portal. Things are getting tough. Let me see if I can go play over here. All these other avenues, NIL, all this kind of stuff. Let me focus on my brand, all that other crap. No, do you want to be elite? And if you want to be elite, put in the work. Every day in and day out. Study the playbook. Study. day in and day out. This is your job. You on scholarship.
That's it.
You on scholarship.
This is your job.
And no, you don't have anything. Let's put it in perspective. They are student athletes. You're not just a student. You're an athlete too. People want to focus on the student part. Good, get your education, but how you from athlete? You gotta be that too. It's a big responsibility. But if you want to be that guy, if you want to be elite, if you want to make it to the next level, because it's going to be a lot of study required at the next level.
And you can't. You're not gonna be able to just be like, all right, well, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it later, or I'll do it in next year. Yeah. No, it starts now.
Yeah.
If you're not putting in that work in now, don't worry about it, because I'm telling you, if you're not doing it, there's somebody out there. Somebody out there doing it, and they want it.
Yeah. Bad.
They're hungry.
They're hungry, and they're gonna play like it.
Yep.
So, to your point, I think Coach, like you said, did bring in Buckner to light a fire into somebody. To say, if you're serious about it, go show me.
Yep. And because
stop talking and show me.
I'm telling you, and I think that's what's gonna happen, because and I was gonna mention this earlier, got kind of Coker vibes. And the reason why I say this, because Jay Coker was a transfer.
Yeah.
Came in, him and who was it? Him and damn, what's that dude's name?
Blake Barnett was a quarterback.
Yeah. Yep. I forget who was I forget who the starter was with Jake, but
Jay Coker and
either way, we're playing Ole Miss because dude had he threw 2 interceptions. Yeah. We lost that game. Either way, but Jake came in, balled out, brought us back. We still lost. But from that point, that's when he was like, all right, this is my job. Yeah. And he balled it. And we won the national championship that year.
And he had that fire in him too.
Bruh, and you can see it.
Yeah, you believed him. Going back to presence, that aura on the field.
Yeah, bruh,
Jalen had it.
You need that.
AJ McCarron had it. It's like they had that confidence, like, no, this is my team. Yep. We finna go take care of business.
Yep, you need, if I see my leader, well, when I was in the military, if I saw my leader, like, oh, snap, I'm ready, let's go. Let's go. Where we going? Yeah. I don't care. Just if you going, I'm going.
I'm going, yeah.
But you don't feel that with this team, that they're not ready to break down a brick wall for Jalen or Ty yet. You know what I'm saying? But I think, and who knows, Buckner might be trying to integrate with the wide receivers. I'm sure he's probably throwing, trying to get.
Yeah.
And if that's happening, and Jalen or the other 2 quarterbacks aren't doing that, then they've already lost the job.
Already.
Because you cannot. There's no way in the world you can prove, or if you hadn't won the job already, if you're not having them receivers come out, you throwing, you trying to get comfortable, trying to build a chemistry with them, if you're not doing that, you setting yourself up.
They should be at that Malmore complex every day except Sunday.
Yep.
Like literally every day, whether you studying film or you out there on the field running routes with receivers, getting that chemistry timing down. Like if you're not doing that,
you don't want the job.
Yeah, you don't want it. You don't want it bad enough.
And I'm sure what's his name, he's coming in with that mindset, and I think he's probably got something to prove. Like he's gonna come. If he has that, then Alabama's gonna be a different team.
Completely different team. And I want to see that on the defensive side too. I want to see that leader. Well, hold on. Let's just go into the
Yep.
Enough of the QB. Here's what I'm excited about. A couple things. I'm excited about, and I didn't put this on the docket, but this is kind of spitballing right here. I'm so happy to not see Jordan Battle on the defense. I'm not a fan of Jalen. I was not a fan of Jordan Battle at all. Oh, I'm glad that Kool-Aid is back. I'm glad he's back. I like Arnold. I know he had his lapses last year, but I like Arnold at corner. Here's what I'm most excited about. I was looking at this guy on the field defensively. I said, he looks NFL ready now. Malachi Moore. Yeah. In my opinion, when I saw him on the field, he looked, his body-wise, he looked like he's ready for the NFL. I think he has potential to be the best safety in the league. Yep. What is the Jim Thorpe Award for the best defensive back corner? I think he'll be a finalist this year. And you heard it here first.
Yep.
He go back and watch that spring game. Go back and look at the defense. We didn't even have all our starters in. That defense looks disciplined.
It looks like a defense, a Nick Saban defense, bro.
I see. Let me tell you this. Okay, let's make it. Okay, how long has Kevin Steele been there? 2 months.
Yep.
Okay, here's what I noticed from Kevin Steele and Pete Golden. There was like a slant route or like a end route that one of the receivers ran, or a tight end. There was the tight end. He came in, balls thrown. DB like right on him. On him. Couldn't. There was no yards to catch. He was on him. Pete Golden defense. Tight ends come here. Ball is here. Why the safety all the way back here?
Yep.
It don't make no sense. So already I can see the difference in the defense when it comes to our closeout speed. They were on it defensively. Now, how much of a role did the defense play in Ty Simpson or Jalen Milroe's success? I don't know. Is our defense going to be that elite? We don't know.
Yeah.
But defensively, I was happy with how the secondary looked. I don't think we gave up any big plays. Maybe one. But outside
the run by
the run,
Jalen,
yeah, the run. But defensively, I was happy with what I saw. I would still like to see us get a little bit more aggressive on the defense. I think we're a little small on the D line. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
I would like to see some bigger, taller guys. Braswell coming back at linebacker. I like his size. Dallas Turner, he didn't play. I like his size. These guys are like 6'2" and above. You know, these are big guys. I want them on the field.
And I think they're going to be on the field.
They're going to be on the field.
Yeah.
So, defensively, I'm excited about what we have. I don't want to be long on this, but I'm excited about what we got coming back defensively. I think we're going to be much improved. I think we're not going to be giving up no 30, 25 plus points a game. I think it's going to be old school Bama defense.
I think this defense is going to have the personality of Nick Saban and Kevin Steele. Like, not, I don't want to beat Bud up too much, but Pete Golden was just, I mean, it's different. Like, maybe he's just not experienced enough. You know, maybe not old enough. He hadn't played for or coached long enough to have that, because since Kevin Steele, you can see it. You can see it, the way them play. And I think one of the coaches or somebody mentioned something saying instead of being complex, let them play. You're letting the players, they know what to do. You let them play.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they're doing. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, of course, they're gonna start implementing different things and stuff like come fall, but
Yeah.
I think they'll be ready, man.
I actually heard somebody say something about the defense on paper, what he wanted to do look good. On the field, it's too complex to execute. What I think Kirby does, and what some of the other D coordinators that we have in the past, Kevin Steele, they make it simple to understand. You can't do anything that coach don't want you to do. But if coach is trusting you to be the D coordinator, I'm assuming he's gonna let you be D coordinator. I think what Pete Golden was trying to do was just a little too much.
Yep.
A little too much. Make it so that the person can understand what their assignment is, and so they can execute.
Yep.
Stop the run or stop the pass. You know, the Tennessee game is a perfect example of we covering grass. Why are we doing that?
Man, that it's just it.
People out of positions. You know.
The way dude was, I mean, height or the dude was a decent receiver, but we made him look. He could have won the bulletin call from that game.
Mm-hmm. Just that game.
Yeah.
I think he had almost 1,000 yards receiving. It was ridiculous, man. Did he get drafted last night?
Ooh.
What's his name?
Hyatt is his last name.
Yeah. Well, we made him like an All-American that night.
Yes, we did.
That's a tape you can send to the NFL and say,
man.
But so yeah, man. What do you think about the defense? Oh, Caleb Downs looked good as a freshman.
Oh yeah.
A lot of potential. He look. Body looks good. He covers. He's fast. He hits. He tackles. He don't bump. He actually wraps up. I like that. So I'm excited about the defense. I think it's strong. And like I said, he got a great mentor in Malachi Moore to kind of coach him into position. I look forward to not just this season, the year after when he's a sophomore, we have him again, and the year after when we have him again as a junior. So we got 3 years of Caleb Downs.
Yep.
It's gonna get nasty.
Yep.
It's gonna be nasty.
I agree with the defense. Oh man, I agree.
Yeah.
The defense, and I think this year is gonna be. You gonna see it.
Yeah.
Damn, look, they gonna say, "Yep, Nick Saban defense is back."
Mm-hmm. Yep. A lot of times, past few years, we've hung our hat on offense. I think this year, you're gonna see us
defense.
running the football. You're gonna see defense laying hats, like making people hurt. Ruben Foster hits. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I think it's gonna be.
Oh man.
It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be real exciting, man. Offense outside of the quarterbacks, running backs.
My favorite position on the offensive side, other than quarterbacks, is running backs. We are gonna be.
We deep.
We are so deep at running backs.
It's scary deep.
We have experience. We got not only we got what's that? Jason McClellan. We got Rodell. He's back. Both of them healthy.
Yeah.
And we got was 22.
Justice Hayes.
He a freshman.
Yeah, freshman. But he looked like he ready to go right now.
Not to get off the suit, but I don't know if you look past who wore 22. Mark Ward, Derek Ward, Najee Ward.
They already saying he up next. He up next.
So
yeah,
I expect good things from number 22.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man. He is what you want. He's big, but he looks lean enough to be elusive and quick, fast twitch. He's a freshman. I just can't get that out of my mind. He's a freshman. Like, he had 2 or 3 touchdowns spring game, something like that. 2 touchdowns, runs low and behind his pad like an Adrian Peterson. He is what you want, man. He is what you want. So I'm excited to see him get a lot of reps. I don't know. I don't think he'll be the starter because we got. Listen, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like James.
Yeah,
I like Rodell. And Buddy, from what's the other guy that was there last year? He played towards the end of the season. He was a freshman, and he was like really good. Dang, what's his name? He wore number 2, I think. Oh, was it? It wasn't number 2. It was another number. I'll get his name. We'll talk about it either next pod or I'll tell you off.
Dang.
But he was nice. He was real nice. But so yeah, I think the offense running back wise, we gonna be deep. I think we'll always have fresh legs.
Yeah.
I don't think that. I don't think it's gonna be hard to stop our run game.
Oh yeah.
Because if we run a Tommy Reese 2 tight end set, I mean we got CJ, we got Matt Black. Yeah, we got we got 3 legit tight ends.
Right.
Like it's gonna be tough to block that.
And the last time Alabama had a tight end like we have now was number 88.
Was it OJ?
Yeah. OJ.
Yeah.
Like a receiving tight end.
Yeah. Pretty legit.
So I think CJ. I think he gonna ball out.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say I'm worried. A position group I'm worried about on the offensive side. I just wish they would get it together. We got the talent.
Already know.
Wide receiver, bro.
Yeah.
Like, how did we go from being wide receiver you to being like, do that? Like, you not catching. If the ball hits you in your hand, look.
Catch it.
Matter of fact, Devontae Smith would be insulted by the wide receiver play because him and to me, Amari Cooper are the best wide receivers to come out of Alabama. And
debatable.
But I just don't understand like what's going on, man. And then I had high hopes for Jermaine Burton. Man,
Can we hang on around him for real quick? He is a disappointment.
Yeah, he's
played.
bro.
I don't know if this is his 4th year or how long he's been playing, but he's a disappointment. I still believe that he can get it together, but when people show you who they are, believe him.
Yeah.
He creates little to no separation with the DB. He's prone to drop passes.
He could be a menace on the field.
Yeah.
Like when I say menace, like during spring game,
Yeah.
he's doing the middle finger and and that's like not the first time he's been in some type of controversy.
Yeah.
And I just don't. Man, I had high hopes for him.
Same.
And he just he still got it. He still got this season.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see what you can do. Hopefully.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, the drop passes didn't help the QBs from the receivers. I still like. Did Preston play at all? Who was the freshman last year? I don't recall.
You talking about what's number
80?
I don't know. I don't think, or maybe a couple times.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing him that much.
Okay. So yeah, Trey Burton or Jermaine Burton, disappointment. Who else? I just want to see a receiver step up and be that guy.
You know who I think it could be?
Who is that?
Malik Benson, number 8.
True. But did we see a lot of him?
He
had a touchdown, I think.
Yeah, towards the end.
Yeah, he did.
But yeah, I think with him, it's just him grasping the playbook.
Yeah.
But I think once he get it,
yeah,
because he ain't no Julio Jones type big.
Yeah.
But he's bigger than.
And fast. Really fast, yeah.
And I think once he get it, we're gonna be good.
And I don't know if you saw him at the combine. You seen that video with him running at the combine for Bryce Young round?
Yeah, yep.
He looked amazing.
Yep.
I think I remember seeing people tweet or saying something like, it was scouts at the combine looking at him like, who is that? Because that's how good he looked.
Bro, that's...
So, yeah. Leader stepping up on the wideout end. Running back is probably the only position. Running back and secondary, and maybe some of the linebackers I'm excited about because I really think like we got legitimate leadership in those positions to carry the team, especially running back wise. We got guys that can catch the ball in the backfield. We got guys that can run the football up the middle, and I like the O-line too.
Yep.
There was reports that said like Alabama has legitimately 7 guys who can start. You don't put 5 guys on the whole line. That means we got 2 alternates that we can just plug and play and get ready to put in work. That's the kind of depth you want. You want people like that who can just put in and say, here you go.
But it's crazy. We can't, and I don't mean to cut you off, but it's like, here lately, Alabama can't have everything all in the pot at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't have a good O-line, a good QB, good receivers, or elite receivers, or elite everything.
2020, we had it.
Exactly. That was that pot was
magic in the bottle.
Man.
Yeah.
But
I go back and look at that team, by the way. I'm like, man, that was a heck of a team.
For sure.
I don't care what nobody say. People, let me say this real quick. This is sidebar. I know people love that 2019 LSU team. That 2020 Alabama team was insane. You have never seen a team put up 45 points and a half on a team, LSU. Because they didn't do that year.
Nope.
They beat us by, what is it?
A
field goal. That year they went to the championship. They won it.
Yeah. No, 5 points. Yeah, because we was 46-41.
46-41. And let's be honest, we lost that game. We lost that game more than they won it.
But you know what started all this? In that game? You know what started the domino effect? Tua, when he... you remember what I'm talking about?
We were driving the ball to score. We were driving to score. And that touchdown literally could have won the game.
Bro. Because I don't know what happened. He dropped it and kind of looked at it and I'm like, what is up? And then from that point, it was just like...
Domino.
Yep.
Mistake after mistake.
But I can say, by the end of the game, that last touchdown, we were on our own 15.
And to be honest, I wasn't even watching the game at that point. I turned it off.
I had turned it off, but I turned it back on.
Yeah.
And I kept doing that. And then just at this point, we had possession. It was like a minute something left to play. We on our own 15. I'm getting ready to turn it off. But I'm like, man, what is up? He said, hike. He go back. Then I see Devontae just streaking. He tossed it up. I was like, ain't no way in the world.
Yeah.
He caught it. I was like, oh, we are not out. We ain't out. We're about to win this game. And then we didn't get possession back.
Yeah.
So, but it's all good.
Yeah.
Man.
So that's the assessment we got on Bama. Anything to add with the coaching staff? Tommy Reeves.
I'm excited.
What are you expecting from from him this year as OC compared to what Bill O'Brien? Do you think we're gonna be worse or
No,
better?
I think we'll be better.
Okay.
I think we'll be a whole lot better. And I think it's all because the age difference. Like, Bill O'Brien that dude is set in his ways. He gonna do things. Of course, it's Nick Saban's way, but Nick Saban gives him room to put his own little stuff in there, and he gonna do
He
it
gave him
his
a
way.
long leash.
Yeah,
Everybody's on a leash, but he got a long.
and you saw that. But, and I think because I got spoiled with Lane Kiffin. Like, I don't think Lane Kiffin and Steve Sarkisian, they just impressed
Mike
me.
Locksley.
Yeah,
Don't
and
forget.
my bad. They impressed me as coordinators. Like, I got spoiled off that. They're being on the field, like talking to the players, like getting in there, trying to figure out. And you saw that, and it showed on the field. But Bill O'Brien is in the box. And
I hope Tommy don't be in the box.
I don't think he will be. I think he'll be on the field, and I think it's him being a young guy. Like, he's our age, and being able to relate and probably being able to break it down in their terms. Like, hey, look, this is what I'm trying to tell you, or this is what I want you to do, or this is what I need you to do. And I think I'm excited for him.
That'll help, It'll help to have, like you said, communication-wise, he can just relate to the players a little bit better and get a message across a little bit better, you know. So, I hope that this year we have even a little bit more creativity this year. I hope that we can get players open and not just look to rely on the quarterback for a lot of stuff. Like, Sark was a master at scheming, taking the matchups. It was chess with him. It's like, I'm looking at a film, I'm looking at who is your weak link in the secondary. That's the guy, okay, we're going to have this person come here. We got Xavier Worthy come over the top to exploit him. He got him right there. So it's just about being creative offensively.
And hopefully, Tommy is on that.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's ever going to be on that Steve, Mike, Locksley, freaking Lane Kiffin level as far as like football mind and football IQ goes. But he don't have to be on that level. I just want him to be yourself, but have them players ball out. Like, them players are representations of the coaching staff. So
100%,
I mean, you want them to represent you right. So put them in the best position to represent you. So, and I think he's going to do that. And I think on the defensive side, having Kevin Steele back on staff is just from the spring game. What we saw from the spring game on the defense. It's gonna be different.
I do defensively. I do like having older guys be defensive coaches as opposed to younger guys being the offensive coach. Offensive guys can be a little bit more creative and can work in to what's happening now. Defense don't change. There's no spread defense. There's blitzes and man coverage, and it's aggressive or non-aggressive. So, who you want to be? You know what I mean? So, I think defensively will be straight, and I like that we got the older guy on the defensive end. So I think we'll be straight with that.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for the defense, man. I think we're gonna be good on that side.
The program as a whole, Alabama. Before we get into like Colorado, where are we headed? I know we talked about this in the last pod, but I think it's always kind of good to kind of assess the direction you see Coach Saban at 71, the coaching staff. Obviously, Alabama always has a lot of turnover. Where is the program headed? Are we still an elite program? That sounds like a stupid question, but we are in question by a lot of people who
we are.
Content. Uncle Lou. Where are we at in the hierarchy of like just still being able to compete championship? Because we recruit well. But you also got to have the coaches that position players in good places and can coach them up to be successful. So where are we?
I think we are still in the top. I'll say top two. Top two teams in all of college football. Matter of fact, no, bump that. I'm not gonna be modest. I'm not gonna be humble when it comes to that. Alabama is still the standard of college football. I don't give a damn who done won and how recent they done won.
Yeah.
What's the frequency? Like, how long? And I think we talked about it like earlier. But okay, Kirby Smart has been at Georgia 7 years, and in that 7 years, yes, he's won 2 national championships. He's won.
Been to 3. He's been to 3, so I'll give him credit for that.
And I'll say he's won what, 3, 4 SEC championships. I'm not sure how many he's won, but by the time, let's look at Nick Saban's resume in his first 7 years. He got at Alabama in 2007, and we'll span it out 2014. In that time, we won in 2009, we won in 2011, and we won in 2012. We beat Texas, we beat LSU, and then we beat Notre Dame. And then I think in that time frame, like 4 or 5 SEC championships. He had 2 Heisman Trophy winners in that time. Like, there's no comparison at all, especially not at this point right now. Like, if Nick Saban were to retire in 3 years, about that. When Kirby, when he get his 8th national championship and he surpassed Nick Saban, that's when I'll say he's better than Nick Saban. And then I'll say that's when, okay, Georgia is now the standard of college football. But until then, no, I'm not going to. It's still Alabama and Nick Saban. And it's going to be Alabama and Nick Saban until somebody dethroned. We have not been dethroned just because we didn't win it last year and we didn't win it the year before. But how many times we done been there? We done been to the dance a whole bunch. We done won the dance a whole bunch. College football, I attribute all this to college football is constantly evolving and changing. Yes, Alabama does evolve and change, but sometimes, to me, I think we evolve with everybody instead of, we used to be like ahead of everybody. Like, everybody was trying to play catch up to us. Now we're like on the same level as everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nobody above Alabama in my mind. So there ain't nobody better than, there's no one above Alabama right now. We're still the standard. And we're gonna be the standard until somebody proves otherwise. Like, and you're not gonna be able to prove otherwise until Nick Saban is gone and somebody else starts winning more than he did. But
and just to put it in perspective, we went to the championship in 09, 11, 12. Had it not been for the kick 6, we would have been there in 13. Made it to the playoffs in 14, won it in 15. We're there in 16. 17.
18,
18. Then go 19, 1 and 20.
21. Did we go 21?
Did we go to the playoffs? No.
21? No.
No, we did, because we lost to Georgia.
Yep. And then, but 22, we didn't.
But just in that, how many times we've been in the playoffs or championship for almost 16, 20, almost 20 years.
Yep.
Until we see that with Kirby.
That consistency.
Just put it into it, man. That conversation ain't there. So just chill with that talk, because I know a lot of people that think that Alabama is on a nosedive or that we're on a decline, and it's just not the case. I would be more satisfied. I know I said this when we won against Ohio State. I literally said after we beat Ohio State, I'll be happy if we never won another championship. That was a lie, because I feel like we won so much. But I would be even more satisfied when our back is against the wall, everybody counting us out, and we won it this year dominantly. Dominating every opponent and being way better than what people thought we were. It'll be a testimony, or it'll testify of coach's greatness. And making sure he got the right players in position, the right coaches on staff to get us to where we're trying to go. I'm excited for the season.
Yep,
I think the
me too.
program is in good shape.
Oh yeah.
I don't think we've fallen off at all, ever. Even after the coach leaves, I don't think we'll fall off.
Yeah, it's the.
You know,
I mean, it's. He put the. He was the architect of the process.
Yeah, he was the Bama was Bama before Saban got there, but we had that period of just unfortunate events.
Mm-hmm.
But he came in and rebuilt it. You know, this is Alabama. You know, he created a foundation, and I can't see that foundation falling to the ground and becoming what Tennessee was for almost however many years. You know, so we good as a program. We good as a program
at all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of programs that have been down for a long time, Colorado. Let's get into Colorado. Talk about Deion Sanders. What do you just go, just talk. Tell me, because honestly, I don't think we ever really talked about Colorado.
No, we have see right now. I ain't even gonna front with you. Right now, I'm all for it. I'm watching it, like sitting back, like oh okay.
You talking about the YouTube content?
Huh?
Like all the stuff they put on YouTube.
But all the like that, and then I'm just all for like what he got going on up there. It's not gonna affect me any until Colorado starts snooping in our recruiting on the trail, and I know that's gonna happen. Once he start taking recruits from up under us, then it's gonna start touching me a little bit. And then if we ever get beat by Colorado while Coach Prime is at Colorado, I would never like him again. I ain't even gonna front. But I think but on a serious note, I think what he's doing or what he has done so far is awesome, because I mean he changed the culture of a program
in less than a year.
Exactly. So, and yes, he's had a high turnover since Colorado ended their season or in the season last year. They've had 48 or 46 people enter the transfer.
Dang, that's crazy.
I think since Coach
46,
Prime,
that's insane.
Yeah.
That's like half the team.
I know, but people are seeing this, and I think since Coach Prime has been there, I think he's had like 25 or something like that. Or of those 46, 25 have been under him. But I mean, he said it. He expected this, and I mean, he prepared his coaching staff for that. He knew it was going to happen. But he's recruiting. He's in that transfer portal, and I think he's going to do some big things. I don't think they're going to win their division or anything this year, or they could possibly win their division. But as far as them winning their conference, because they're in the Pac-12. Oh, well, they could win Pac-12, but they're not going to they're not going to go to the national championship. I'll say that. They just don't have. I think Coach Prime needs another year, 2 years before he'll be able to, because the majority of this team is not his players. So I mean, So I think give him another 2 recruiting cycles, and they'll start competing. And then once they start competing and start getting up there with the Alabamas and Ohio State and stuff.
Do you think they'll get there? Do you think they'll get to the Alabama? Because I don't see it in the next 5-6 years. But I think if Coach Prime stays there, if he does a tenure like Coach Saban, and he keeps the same mindset. I mean, I'm not saying him and Coach Saban have the same mindset, but they think like CEO. They think like CEOs. So if he keeps that mindset and he stays, just say he stays 20 years at Colorado. Oh yeah, I see them competing, like winning 2-3 national championships or something. Colorado winning a national championship in my lifetime would be nuts.
Well, shit, they won what?
90?
Yeah.
Well, I guess they have one.
Did you see? Cordell Stewart was. Do you watch their content?
100%.
Oh. Well, media. Hey, check this out, man. Hey.
Get your boys on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Send us some product. We'll send y'all a Bama flag or
we'll
something.
send you something.
But I watch it all the time. I watch that content because I'm a fan of him too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I want to see Coach, especially as a black man, be successful.
Sure.
I always think about what would have happened had he went to Florida State instead of Mike Norvell. Because there was rumors of him going to Florida State being the head coach, but they wouldn't give him an interview because they said he didn't have the experience, so he ended up going to Jackson State. What could have been had he went there? Can you imagine? Like, the recruiting ground would have been crazy.
With him being the way he just, me seeing what he is, how he's is Colorado. If him being that way at Florida State,
they would have had so much talent, man.
Oh man,
because Travis Hunter was already heading to Florida State. That's what he was going to hit.
And he would be right in our back.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know if I'd have been cool with that.
That
close
at all.
And plus Florida boy. So oh man,
literally Tallahassee.
He would have the whole state. His name.
Yeah.
I'm Coach Sanders.
Yeah.
I'm prime time. Come on.
Yeah. So I'm a fan of him. I like the content. I don't know because I saw something else where they were saying that if Colorado went 4-11, that's a successful season.
Yeah.
They went. Well, they won 4 games, 4-7, something like that. They went one game last year.
Yeah.
So what did you expect a team that won 1 game last year to do this year? They haven't won more than 10 games since, I think last time they won 10 games like maybe 12 or 11, something like that, some years ago. But even after that 10-game win was like a, what do you call it? An outlier. Like every other season was like 6 wins, 5 wins, 4 wins.
So they've always been like a middle of the pack team.
Yeah.
So dang. So what can you expect, especially for a team that went 1-11 last year?
Yeah.
I think, and I know Coach Prime is not thinking like this, but 50%. You want to win at least half your games because if he can win at least half his games with his current freaking roster,
that's a success.
That's a heck yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's only going to improve.
Yeah.
Because look at it, like Nick Saban's first season, he went 7-6.
Yeah, that's crazy.
7-6, man.
And that wouldn't say he was a bad coach. It takes a lot to turn a program around.
Yeah. There's no way in the world that he could have turned the whole program over in a year. It's not. It's impossible.
But that 2008 season, that's when we was up.
Yep. Man.
So I think Colorado is in good hands.
Agreed.
If they start, outdoing Alabama as far as recruiting, and at some point if they play Bama like in a bowl game or something like that, they did. I think I would have some feelings about that. But
yes, negative.
I don't know if we'll ever, or they could make the playoffs. We're moving to 12. What is it? 10, 12 teams?
12 teams, but I don't. What's happening next year?
Yeah, next year, the year after, something like that, something crazy.
And not to get off topic, but what's his name? Oklahoma and Texas are moving to the SEC next year.
Yeah, man, that's gonna be crazy. I kind of like this kind of off topic. Well, no, it's not. Whatever. We're talking now. I saw this picture where they had the layout of separating the East from the West, and it was everything from Mississippi and beyond. That was the West. That meant the West Division. Everything from Alabama on the East was the East. So this was the West. It was LSU, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Texas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Arkansas, and whoever else out there. It was 8 teams in total. Texas A&M, it was 8 teams out there. The East was Alabama, Auburn, Georgia, Tennessee, South Carolina, Florida, Vanderbilt, and South Carolina, one more team.
The East would be dominant. The East.
It would, but it wouldn't be fair to Alabama, Georgia, even Auburn, because now you're looking at teams that are normally pretty good. How you going? That ain't fair. Now you can still potentially make the playoffs, but what about the SEC championship? That means a lot too. You telling me that Bama can have a dominant team in the East, and we playing Georgia every year, and we don't win the East because Georgia won, or Georgia can never win because Alabama did? It's like it wouldn't be fair to nobody.
Yep, I agree.
So yeah, man, it's interesting. It's interesting. So yeah, man. Any other thoughts on anything?
No, man. No,
Or anything else you want to hit?
No, we talking about everything.
We got a podcast schedule. So Fridays.
Yep.
I don't know how you upload. What days you upload?
Hey, let's see. We pod on Fridays, and then I'll just say Saturdays game day.
Okay.
Then upload on Mondays. I'll upload on Mondays.
Oh, okay, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, so Mondays expect content. I think next week we will not pod, but maybe you'll put out some content. I got some obligations to go do.
Yep.
But look for more. Listen, the inconsistent kings are back.
Yeah, we back.
But soon to be called the consistent kings.
Yep.
So yeah, just look forward to more content. Hopefully we can take some stuff on the road, just like change locations or do something cool like that. And we look forward to Alabama, man. Hopefully we can give y'all some predictions going into the season, previewing some games. I think that'd be cool.
Yep.
And I think that'll show signs of like us growing and developing. Just bear with us, man. Stay with us. Share the channel, share the videos, like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff, because we got a lot of good stuff on the way. 2 big Bama fans, Alabama born, Alabama raised guys, so just stick with us.
Stick with us. It's only gonna get better.
That's only gonna get better.
I'm telling you.
Any other thoughts, man?
No, man.
All right,
I'm good, man.
I'll let you close us out. Keep that shit.
We appreciate you. Make sure you hit that like. Put a comment down in the comment box. And if you hadn't subscribed already, subscribe. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you a couple seconds, hit that button. That red, is it red? Or whatever color it is on there. Just go and hit it. Appreciate you. We'll be back. Not next week, but the week after. But we'll have some content next week. So just be ready for that. I'm Jay.
Okay.
We out.
Let's go.
Roll Tide.